Yeah, I need a haircut. I'm looking like Back to the Future. The professor, I forget his name. The guy, the crazy looking dude. He was in Catch or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest too. Can't remember his name though. But I'm starting to look like his. This hair is like. Wah! Um, it's August 9th, 2023. And it is about a little bit past 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I'm at the Coatesville Airport at the end of runway 29. The wind is hard out of the west today, as it has been. We had this insane weather system to pass through a few days ago with the tornadoes and all that stuff. And once that went through, this is the time to do aerial photography after a weather front moves through, because there can be some wind or not, but after a significant weather front passes through, the air and the visibility are typically clean and unlimited, and really great lighting for aerial photography after a weather front goes through. When Lathrop offered me that work to do all of their projects all over the country, each I'd have to get them to a place where they'd understand that it's not going to be perfect lighting conditions for every target every month. Meaning that it just may be not quite as good as if you have a beautiful day like this. If you got to, I mean, they're asking me to shoot 50 targets all over the country once a month. I'd get it done. Man, it would cost them a ton of money, but they were okay with that. They wanted to satisfy their customers, and their customers had a ton of money. those real estate Exton Mall is a Pennsylvania real estate investment trust, and they went belly up. I heard that's I shouldn't laugh, but it just goes to show, man, when you're investing, you better do your due diligence on whatever stock or company that you're buying, because if you don't, it could kick you. And I'm realizing I'm finally falling into a groove that I see from other successful investors on YouTube. And this one guy, the hell's the name of his channel? Damn. Stealth Wealth, I think it is. He's good. I think his name is Luke. He is really good. And he talks about his theory of investment, and that's really what I am doing, and I wish I had been doing. But it's strictly long term, and a 72 long term takes on a different appearance than if you're 22, 32, 42, even 52, even 62. 72, man, you're knocking on the door. Let's face it. You know, Tina Turner died, Raquel Welch died, Jim Brown died. A lot of famous people have passed away in the past 2 years, and they're mostly in their 70s. But then I look at these women that Cary Grant worked with on his three most successful movies, To Catch a Thief, North by Northwest, and Father Goose. Leslie Corona's still alive. She's 99. Bridget O'Bare is 99 from To Catch a Thief. And then what's the other one? North by Eve Marie Saint is still alive. She's like 97 or something like that. And those are three high-profile female actresses in those three movies. So I'm wondering if he gave them the Fountain of Youth somehow. I wonder how he gave it to them. How did you give those three women the Fountain of Youth? Maybe that, it's like Billy Joel says, only the good die young. I mean, look at Jaws, my ex-wife. If anybody was a candidate for the HPV virus or just dying from substance abuse, it would have been her. Like, my brother John died 2 years ago, April 21. Yeah, April 21, a little bit more than 2 years ago, and he and my ex-wife are on the same level as far as substance abuse. I mean, if you measure substance abuse as 0 being not involved with substances at all, and 10 being completely gone with substance abuse, both my ex-wife and my brother, my deceased brother, would be 10s. It's very sad, but I look at my ex-wife. She's gonna be 68 this October. She's gonna be 68 years old, and she did it all. And I mean, there isn't anything she didn't do, in terms of substance or in terms of carnal knowledge. And look at her, man. She's clicking right along. Anyway, what was my point? Oh, well, yeah, 72, long-term investment. I don't mind being there, and I tell you what, it's been a crazy roller coaster ride since I've retired. I retired August 3rd of 2018, and at the time I had maybe $65,000 in an IRA and some gold and silver, but not any more than 70,000. But I had some Bitcoin too, and decided to hold on to that, the raw Bitcoin. But I did a lot of due diligence on Tesla, and there was one interview where Elon Musk, he had somehow saved the company twice, Tesla, and he saved SpaceX once. But Tesla, man, he had his heart and soul into that company. And after he went through the trauma of 2008 and 9, which was like the great economic crisis, and he was like 3 days away. I think they had money left for 3 days, and he was in a room with a bunch of venture capitalists, but they wouldn't put any more money in. And so he said, okay, here's all the money I got. I've got $140 million. I'm putting it all in. And when he did that, they all jumped on board. And wow, what a ride. Okay, so that's 08, that's 09 really. The Model 3 production hell almost put the company under. And, here there are a couple of things that put me over the top about his companies. So when the Model 3, they couldn't get the Fremont plant to get up to scale production. And so he moved in there. Well, there's no CEO ever that has ever done that, ever. I don't know if Henry Ford lived in one of his plants back in the Model T days, but Elon Musk moved into that plant in Fremont, and he told everybody, he said, I don't care if it's 3 o'clock on a Sunday morning, because they were going, for 24 hours a day production with the Model 3. The existence of the company depended on the success of the Model 3, and they couldn't get it up to mass production and scale. So he moved into that plant, and he told everybody, he says, there's no chain of command here. I'm the chain of command. Anybody else that has a problem or recognizes a problem or sees something that's going to hold up the assembly line, I'm here 3 o'clock on a Sunday morning. You better come and get me. I don't care what kind of time of the day it is. I don't care what day it is. I'm living here. This is where I live right now. And there's my room. And if I'm not there, I'm out in the plant somewhere. You come and find me if there's a serious problem. There's no excuse for not coming to me. Don't worry about the chain of command. You don't have to go to your boss necessarily, but you can come to me, because it's make it or break it time, folks. We either get this done and get it right, or we're all out of we're all out of work and all out. We're done. And if that happens, I'm going down fighting. And you all better have some fight in you to get this thing running right here, okay? And if something's not right, come and get me. Man, that was great. And that put me over. That was one thing that put me over the top. What was the other one? The SpaceX rocket boosters landing themselves. Are you kidding? The first one was in 2015. I didn't know it was that long ago. The first SpaceX rocket booster that landed itself. You know what that does to the price of space? It cuts it down by a factor of 20 or 30. That's the most expensive part. The rocket, the booster, it goes up, it launches, it goes on a power on launch for about 2 minutes. It puts its payload into orbit, and then it turns around and comes back and lands itself either on a barge in the middle of the ocean or back at Cape Canaveral. Now that's 2015. Since then they've done hundreds and saved the government and NASA millions of dollars. Um, 2015, and they're doing it all the time now. It's like routine, you know. It's no big deal. Oh, here comes another a booster rocket, and those things are 150 feet tall or something like that. They're huge. They land. They do a soft landing on a landing barge out in the ocean or at Cape Canaveral. The money they save is phenomenal. Now that's 2015. This is 2023. Who else has even come close to landing rocket boosters that land themselves, automatically come back and land themselves at a predetermined landing spot? Has anybody else? Nobody is even close. Boeing, who are the other two? Oh, Boeing and Blue Origin. I know Jeff Bezos has been trying it, but man, you need the best software engineers on the planet to achieve that. And Tesla got them. And, you know, just look at the surveys of graduating engineers all over our country and the world. What are their first two companies they want to come to work for? Tesla and SpaceX. That's amazing. So when I saw that, and then I saw the interview, and then, you know, he's totally honest. He said, yeah, I thought we were going to fail. I thought I was going to lose everything. But he says, I don't quit and I don't give up. And those words mean everything to me. Everything. And I said, okay, that's where my money's going. It's paid off, although the end of 2022 was unbelievably bad. I just couldn't believe that Tesla went from $350 a share down to $100. That is like I mean, I sold and bought it on the way down, but that really was not enough of a mitigating action or act to keep my portfolio from being really reduced and really hurt. And that being said, I'm still, like, from when I retired right now with the cumulative wealth that I have, it's like 5x, about 5x from when I retired. And that's good. That's really good. It was more than that before November, December of 2022. It's like those 2 months with Tesla, man. It's just like, but you need this experience. You know, I was looking at the numbers that my portfolio numbers day to day, and these numbers are a whole lot different than numbers I was looking at 20 years ago. On any given day, I could be up $5,000, $2,000, $3,000. I could be down $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a day in one day. But those are the numbers I'm dealing with now, and I love it. I love it. I'm really glad I'm man, there's still a lot that I don't understand, especially about options. I really need to understand them better. And short selling, I mean, I understand what they are. Man, you got to find the good deal, and there's so many to choose from. It's crazy. Anyway, I want to get to the point where I can short sell a company, and I'm not there yet either. But I did understand, like, when you have a guy like Elon Musk batting for you, going for you, you're riding a really strong horse in that race, let me tell you. I mean, all you have to do is look at SpaceX. It's incredible what they've achieved. And that company came within one launch. They had 4 launches in 2008 or 9, I think, and the first 3 failed. The last one fails, the company's done. But it didn't fail. And we are all better off for it. So anyway, yeah, that's the kind of due diligence that you need to do as an investor, and I wish I knew about that a long time ago. I'd have been dollar cost averaging into Microsoft and Apple. Can you imagine dollar cost averaging into Microsoft and Apple since the 80s? You know where I'd be now? I'd be what's the name of that street? Oh, Easy Street. Peace, y'all. I hope you have an easy street kind of day today. Peace.